Hey guys, welcome back to what is now week 7 of the GBA. I can't believe it's already been 7 weeks. Time has really flown by. So obviously I am the coach of the Melbourne Rotoms, and we are currently not as high up as I really would have liked. My goal going into the league was to at least hit 500 in terms of a record. So we were doing okay. We alternated between wins and losses the first 4 weeks, and the last 2 weeks we ended up dropping both of those games. And I was kind of frustrated because both of those games were against really good players, but I also feel like they were very winnable, and I don't think I played as well as I should have been after the first 4 weeks, because I really do feel like I was improving after each week for the first 4 weeks, and then weeks 5 and 6 I feel like I just kind of maybe regressed a little bit. So we're reaching pretty much I think the midway point of the season, and I still have my same team, so I have more free time now. Going to Australia took a lot of time off my hands, so I wasn't able to prepare for games nearly as much, but that's also not an excuse. Of course, though, now that I'm back, I'm going to be looking into free agency and swapping some of my Pokemon, because as you can tell, I've been playing with a lot of the same Pokemon, and my strategies are relatively one-dimensional. With that being said, I don't feel like that has really hurt me that much, in the sense that none of the games have I just gotten, stomped. It's more like each game I can exactly point out a couple of points where if I just made 1 or 2 better plays, it could have, the game could have been completely different. So I think that's one of the benefits of running Rain, but of course, yeah, there are a lot of downsides as well. So we're going to see Geo's Pokemon. He did end up bringing a bunch of things I actually wasn't quite expecting. So there's the Toxapex that I expected. The Blacephalon, definitely a little bit surprising against the Rain team, so I'm curious as to what that has up its sleeve. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Scarf on that. Ditto I did expect. Shaman I expected. Scizor I also thought maybe he'd opt to leave on the bench, but it's not the case, which is also a little bit surprising, but okay. And Mew. So let's see, the first thing I always have to worry about is random HP electrics. That is always just annoying to deal with. The second thing is I really don't know who he wants to lead with here. Leading with my own Pelipper is kind of tempting, just so I get the Rain up immediately, and then I can maybe hard switch out based off who he leads with. Otherwise, now one cool tech I did bring is the Bug Z move on the Kartana, which I brought specifically for the Shaman and the Mew. So I could lead Kartana theoretically, but I didn't. Yeah, I do like Mimikyu as a lead typically, just because I get to see what my opponent leads with. But with the Scizor on the opposing side, it's a little bit scarier. So I think I might actually go with Pelipper this time around. It's between Pelipper and Kartana. Who do I think he's going to lead with? I would think Scizor seems kind of risky. Mew and Shaman seem like pretty good picks. You know what? I'm actually going to go with Kartana. See if I can maybe cheese a knockout immediately. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this goes. Alright, so we're going to get into it. This is week 7 against Leader Geo and the San Francisco GiEnteis, or GiEnteis. And, the crazy thing is, he's in the opposite division of mine, but the same conference, I think. So in that conference, all the records are pretty low, so it's likely that 3 out of the 4 players in my division end up making it out into playoffs, which is going to be interesting. So it's going to be the Toxapex lead here. Okay. That is okay. I'm thinking of just hard switching into Pelipper here. Could have HP Electric. I also could just go directly out into my Swampert. The first question I have is, what does this have hidden power? Surely it has hidden power, it's just, is it HP Fire or Electric? I'm not even sure an HP Electric would knock me out, but basically, last week I really messed up because I just, didn't consider the possibility of HP Electric on Empoleon, so I always just have to remind myself that that's a possibility. So, my Pelipper does have a lot of special defense investment. Alternatively, I could hard switch into Swampert. Now, Toxapex's special attack is really low, so I'm contemplating switching out into Swampert. I'm just gonna check its move pool real quick. I don't think it gets any grass-type attacks other than Hidden Power Grass. Yeah. Typically it's used as just kind of an obnoxious Pokemon, really. I'm contemplating, honestly, hard switching into Swampert to scout out for a potential, HP Electric Snipe. And if it has HP Grass and HP Grasses against Kartana, that's an incredible read. I just want to double check. Let's see. Because he must have anticipated a Pelipper lead. I just don't want to switch into a Scald and get burned. That is my biggest fear. But I do want a hard switch. Alternatively, I could also go straight for a Swords Dance here. But I do want to see what it has first. I think I'm going to hard switch into Swampert. I do have rocks on my Swampert as well, so I could potentially get that up. Let's see what he goes for. Baneful Bunker. Okay. Yep, that's fine with me. I actually don't exactly remember. Like, that's just Protect, right? Yeah, and Contact results in a poison. So, he's got to be scared right now, right? You'd want to imagine he's going to want to switch out into something like the Shaman. If I anticipate Shaman switching in, I could go for an Ice Punch. I'm actually going to do that calc right now. That's not going to knock out, but it would do a lot. Alternatively, though, I am really thinking of just getting my my spikes up. Or my rocks up, sorry. Let's see. And I should write down. Yeah, I really do want to start winning, because, like, the last 2 weeks, I also, like, my mind just wasn't fully into it. And I do feel like that did not contribute to me, you know, playing well in the game. So Swampert against Shaman. Ice Punch does do a lot, but obviously not enough for a knockout. I think I'll go for the rocks. Yeah, he switches out. So, let's see. What is that? Yep, there's Shaman. So, could have Ice Punched there. I'm okay not Ice Punching here, though, to get the rocks up. I don't think Shaman is that big of a threat. My main question is what item it has. If it's not Scarf, my Kartana will be able to just eliminate it immediately. So I got my rocks up. I'm gonna now check out Shaman's set. Yeah, I mean, it gets access to a lot of offense. And the main question I have is whether it's HP Fire or not. I could switch into my AV Ludicolo. Let's see how much that damage that takes. I'm assuming right now just Life Orb like Timid. For Seed Flare, I believe that's Bullet Seed. Against a Ludicolo. With that Assault Vest. Yeah, that still does a lot. Switching into Pelipper might just be better here. I just, like, really worry about an HP Electric. The other Pokemon considering switching into is back out into Kartana. The only downside is if he HP Fires. But I feel like HP Firing against Swampert... Like, would he even have HP Fire? It's between Fire and Electric, and I don't know which one it is. I could also go to Mimikyu, but it wouldn't tell me which hidden power it is. Ludi is the option I'm tempted to most, just because it's the least important of the Rain Sweepers. Yeah, I think I'm going to go out to Ludi here. It's just really tempting to switch into Kartana, but I want to see how he predicts first, because I haven't seen it all. So far, he's just played, like, I had more pressure, I would say, offensively. Oh, he has Air Slash and he goes for it. Wow, nice play. But with the Assault Vest, it actually really doesn't do anything. It only does 44 damage. Dang, okay. So Air Slash. I could now finally switch into Pelipper. Like, if he wasn't going to HP Electric there, he was definitely expecting Kartana or Ludi. I'll go for an Ice Beam this turn, and then switch out, I think, next turn. Because he's not going to knock me out with anything at this point anyway. Yeah, I feel okay about that. So, let's see. I also don't know the item yet. We've seen just Air Slash and Baneful Bunker. Like, I feel like the Rain matchup is... Like, I have a pretty good matchup in terms of Rain. It's just, like, I just need to be so careful about conserving Pelipper, because we all saw last week, like, I lost because I lost Pelipper to a surprise HP Electric, so I want to scout out for movesets before. And, like, with most Pokemon in GBA, you should be running HP Electric on something, or just, yeah, hidden powers in general. They're so good in draft formats, because you're able to not get things out that normally might not anticipate. So if it switches out here, like, so be it, that's fine. With Rocks up, like, I definitely put on pressure now with each switch, which is exactly why I wanted to get it up. So Air Slash definitely interesting. Okay, he's going to swap out. That's fine. Which makes me think maybe he doesn't have HP Electric. Either way, it's going to be Toxapex coming back in. So it's going to take some Rocks damage and some chip damage here from the Ice Beam. So obviously it doesn't do too much. And it's going to heal back with Black Sludge. It might be time to go for Rain, I think, with Pelipper. I'm fairly sure an HP Electric from that shouldn't even knock me out anyway. Toxapex. I'm just gonna quickly do the calc, but I'm like fairly sure. Calm. I need to start applying more pressure now, offensively. Oh, HP Electric, yeah, it really doesn't come close. So I'm gonna switch out into Pelipper now. Get the rain going, and then finally potentially put Swampert in a position to sweep. This Toxapex is a big concern of mine, though. It's a pretty big threat to my entire team. And given that Shaman switched out, it might be Scarf, which I thought he would consider using. We're going to see a Toxic Spikes come out. Yep. Let's see, I could just hard switch out right now into Swampert. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that. Scald, even in range, shouldn't do too much. I know I put on a lot of pressure with Swampert EQ. It's admin as well. Yeah, EQ won't knock it out, but it does a ton. And now I've got Swampert under the rain, so and I'm switching out Pelipper, so I'll be able to conserve the rain. I kind of wish I ran Defog instead of U-Turn, or Tailwind, but I wanted the Tailwind option potentially to outspeed Scarf users. Because we've seen a lot of people like using these Scarf users against me. Especially the game in, was it week 5, I believe, yeah. So Swampert's going to get poisoned, so I'm on a timer now, unfortunately. As he's just going to Baneful Bunker. Okay, it's fine. So just healing back up. But now that I have Swampert out, even if Shaman's switching in, it's going to be in a pretty tough position. I believe Scarf Shaman should outspeed me. So I gotta ask whether it's Scarf or not. I do want to, I just don't see him letting me get an Earthquake off here against a Toxapex, because he knows that's his main win con. I think I'm gonna go for the Ice Punch here. Yeah, expecting Shaman to come back out. Alright, he just Baneful Bunkers. Okay, that's fine. So, I'm poisoned already, so that doesn't really do anything, yeah. Okay. So he saw that I was willing to Ice Punch last turn. I think he probably still swaps out here, but maybe into Scizor. So I'm just going to EQ here. Even if Shaman comes back in, that's fine. I can just pull a swap back out. I really would like to know whether Shaman, it definitely should have a hidden power, I just don't know which one it is. And even if Earthquake's not picking up the knockout here, it'll do enough where I think an Ice Punch or an Ice Beam should finish it off after Stealth Rocks as well. It's just, yeah, having a Defog would have been nice to get rid of the Toxic Spikes. I mean, Toxic Spikes doesn't affect Kartana or Pelipper, which is good. And I got Rocks up, which is also good. But, you know, it's like a 13-minute game. Not much has really happened at all yet. But, yeah, I think once I break through this Toxapex, I'll be able to start sweeping through really everything. So, yep, he's going to swap out. Let's see what's coming back in. Looks like that's Shaman again. Yep. So, like I said, I do anticipate this to be Scarf Shaman. And you need a lot of investment to outspeed, Timid Scarf Shaman. But that definitely isn't, Ice Punch or Ice Beam KO range now. Oh! It's not Scarfed. Lefties. Huh. Okay, I'm not sure an Ice Punch actually will knock it out because of lefties. It looks pretty bulky as well. Yeah, I don't think it will. It shouldn't. Does he just go for a Grass type attack though? My switch out here is so obvious. And unfortunately Swampert is way too important to just give up. I think I'm actually going to switch into Kartana here. Yeah. Nothing should knock me out because it's not that offensive. And I know it's not Scarf, so I'll be able to outspeed it. I could go for the Bug Z move, but I'm probably actually going to Swords Dance. Because I think Toxapex is going to want to come back in. Kartana. Toxapex. Yeah, I mean, +2 Leaf Blade will two-shot it. Oh, that's cool. So, Day Shaman. Good to confirm that. Now I wonder, like, do you switch out to Blacephalon? Or do you just go back out into Toxapex? I think I'm going to Swords Dance here regardless. He might not expect the Bug Z move, though. But I don't know what the Shaman has. Like, does Shaman want to switch out right now? He's got to expect me switching in Kartana here, though. But I do want a Bug Z move. It's just so early on to commit a Z move. Getting rid of Shaman would be really nice, though, because that's the best switch-in into Earthquake. And to say it's between Swords Dance, you could also switch out into, like, Ditto. Sunny Day, Air Slash. I really do want to go for it. But a switch out is so obvious. But he could expect me to, like, go for a sub. I'm gonna go for it. He's probably switching out. Just getting this off would be so huge. And, like, obviously it's like the Bug Z move, which is very random as well. So ideally he stays in because he has something like HP Fire and tries to snipe me off. But I guess in retrospect... Oh, I actually get it off. Woohoo! I do need to plug my DS in because my battery is low, but that's really nice. Glad I pulled that one off. So this should definitely get the knockout. So Savage Spin Out from Kartana. Not what you see every day. But I will be able to cleanly get rid of Shaman, which paves the way a little bit more now for me to just Earthquake with my Swampert, because that is the biggest threat. And we also know that as Sunny Day, so getting rid of a Sunny Day user is a big deal. Yeah, so I was really considering Swords Dance there in case like Toxapex comes back in. But that also gives me a Beast Boost, which is quite nice. However, I suspect like Blacephalon just comes back in now. So that's Shaman gone. Let's see. But yeah, the nice thing is I still have Pelipper around this time, as opposed to like previous games. And I really should consider running like manual rain on stuff as well. But getting rid of Shaman is nice. Shaman and Mew, those were the two Pokemon that were like I wasn't too sure about. And if I get the rain up, like I'll certainly outspeed Toxapex, Scizor. Blacephalon also not a major threat to me if rain is up. The one thing I'm concerned is like Swampert is the main check to Toxapex. Kartana also deals okay with it though, if I can get a Swords Dance off and if it doesn't burn me with Scald. Because yeah, if I get a Swords Dance off, Leaf Blade just two-shots it. We've seen two attacks so far: Baneful Bunker, Toxic Spikes, probably Scald I would assume. Just don't know the last one. Either way, though, this is a decent start. Yeah. Shaman set just, I really thought maybe you'd run like an offensive one, but lefties definitely caught me off guard. However, yeah, I suspect he probably had HP Fire and was going for it there. The only scary thing about running Pelipper is you have to like fear HP Electric from literally everything. So, okay, there's a new Pokemon coming in. It's going to be Ditto, actually. Which, interestingly enough, is going to be funny because he's going to see that, based off my moves, like, he's probably Scarf, but I don't actually have Sacred Sword. So I am at +1 while he's not. So I might just launch a X-Scissor here. Yeah, I think I will. Could I Swords Dance? Would he knock me out in return? At +2? I'm not even sure. Oh yeah, definitely not. So I could Swords Dance and then X-Scissor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Am I missing anything blatantly obvious here? Like, at neutral, X-Scissor really doesn't do anything against me. Do I really need a Swords Dance, though? Because he'd probably just switch in something back into something. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually just going to X-Scissor here. I want to just get damage off against this Ditto. Yeah, so he's just going for it himself, okay. Ooh, that did more than half. That's surprising. Okay, so we trade X-Scissors. I probably want to switch out now, then. Is he Scarfed? I don't know if we... I can't tell. I'm going to go into Pelipper. Yeah, that X-Scissor did more than I anticipated. Okay. He could be, what, banded? And he just won the speed tie? I'm gonna go to Pelipper regardless. Because I think he's choiced. By bringing up Pelipper, I not only get my rain up, I could potentially get a Tailwind up as well. Oh yeah, he just X-Scissors again. Okay, that's fine. So good thing I didn't try to... Swords Dance. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. U-turning is probably the most optimal play here. Tailwinding could be interesting though. But I feel like you go out into Toxapex. I'm gonna U-turn. Because now that Shaman's out the way, if I get Swampert in, I can just click Earthquake. I just wish Swampert weren't poison, because if it weren't poison, I feel really good about my positioning right now. But still not bad. I actually don't exactly know how Ditto mechanics work. But yeah, not having Sacred Sword there. Like, I didn't want Sacred Sword specifically when I go up against Ditto. So it's around 40% right now. He did, like, way more damage with X-Scissor than I anticipated. So he might be banded. Actually, I can do that calc against Pelipper, I guess. 120... How much investment do I have? It does... How much damage did I take? 43. I really think it's banded. But I don't know my Ditto mechanics well enough either. Either way, I'm going to U-turn out because he's got to switch out here, I think. And then I just get momentum with my rain. Yep, there's a swap. There's Toxapex coming back in. Yep. This thing's going to be so annoying to take care of. Going into Kartana is actually kind of tempting, just so I could get a potential attack off. But I think I'll still go out into Swampert, yeah. The only issue is that, like, the poison damage is really ticking down. And surely he's gonna Baneful Bunker this next turn. Let's see, 119. Yeah, I think he definitely Baneful Bunkers this turn, and then probably switches out the next turn. Probably should have switched in Kartana, actually, yeah. I'm just gonna EQ here. Yeah, there's the Baneful Bunker. Like, I'll have answers against this Toxapex, because it's not like I'll still be able to do pretty decent damage against it. I just need to know the other moves. I think I'm just going to click Earthquake again here. He does not have any safe switch-ins into Earthquake anymore. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. And I'm willing to trade Swampert for like 80% of damage on Toxapex, because that would be huge for me. But I suspect he switches out here again. Yeah, that's fine. Back out. Yeah, it's Proto coming in. That's going to be the Scissor. Okay, that's fine. That does good damage. I think I should switch Swampert out, though. Who's a good switch in here? I think Kingdra seems pretty good. Kingdra's tempting. How many turns of rain are left? I should double check that as well. 4, so I'm good in that regard. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Kingdra. I can take anything pretty decently, and then just I can launch a Draco off, which covers all my options. I'm gonna go for that. Okay, so I've got the rain going on. It's just the poison let obviously is annoying with Toxapex being able to swap back in and out. That's like the one Pokemon that's really causing the issue right now. Like, I assumed he might consider just bullet punching so the poison finishes him off, but otherwise, like, Bug Bite, Swords Dance but then I can just Draco next turn. Oh, he has Roost. Okay, that makes sense as well. Well, that makes this interesting. Roost, Scizor. Let's see. Kingdra against Scizor. So I've got Surf and Hydro Pump. Modest, Life Orb, Rain Up. Ooh, Hydro Pump does just get the one-shot, and he doesn't really have great switch-ins into other than Toxapex. Surf even comes kind of close. Oh, he has taken a little bit of chip damage. I might just go for the Surf. I'm gonna Surf here, yeah. Yeah, he swaps out. Probably back out into Toxapex. Yep. But getting some chip damage off against that is okay, and then I could... I should have Draco'd, probably. Let's see how much this does. Probably nothing. But I assume it's... I don't know whether it's going to be more specially defensive or more physically defensive. That actually does okay damage. It's just the recovery that's annoying. Surely a Baneful Bunkers here again. Yeah, I need to just keep chipping it out, basically. Oh, I totally forgot it gets Regenerator. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Okay, I'm just going to click Draco here, though, because he's basically forced to swap out and back in. If I can take care of everything else, eventually I'll just be left with the Toxapex, and I think if I can conserve, like, 2 or 3 resources, especially the Swampert, then I'll have a late game answer against it. I should have just Draco'd last turn, though. That would have been better. Yeah, like, this residual damage with Poison and Life Orb and stuff is just adding up quickly, which I'm not a fan of. Maybe I should have brought Raichu this game. That would have been interesting. Just as another immediate threat against Toxapex. I think this game's going to go out for a while, though. It's going to be long and drawn out until, like, a certain point where momentum kind of swings based off switches. So I need to land a good prediction off, basically. Let's see how much Draco does. Pretty decent amount, 60 to 70. Regenerator's kind of gross on it, but it is taking, like, by getting any damage off against it, that's really good. I should have brought Defog though. Oh, no Protect comes out, or Baneful Bunker, or Switch. So that's a Life Orb Draco off against it. I don't think you'll get the knockout, but it's pretty good damage. He just Scalds, okay. That did nothing. Now you gotta wonder if he, like, Baneful Bunkers or switches out. I think Rain's expiring after this turn as well. Yeah. I wish Draco did just a little bit more, because I don't think I even get the knockout in this range. But what is important is that Toxapex does get chunked down, so even after Regenerator, it is a little bit lower now. I could go into Ludi. I could also go into Mimikyu, which would be an interesting option. What set did I end up bringing? Yeah, the Destiny Bond set. I don't like going to Mimikyu until I knock out Scizor. Going into Ludi seems like the better bet. Let's see how much it does to Kartana in Rain. Scald. Yeah, that's a lot. Probably enough for a knockout. Do I want to just click Draco again? I think he Baneful Bunkers, so I could switch on to Swampert, but he really could just go for a... I'm just going to Draco again. Even if it doesn't knock out, it'll still do a decent amount. Yeah, he just Baneful Bunkers. Okay, that's fine. So, I'm going to switch back out into Pelipper now, this next turn. Baneful Bunker, Toxic Spike, Scald. Yeah, it's a shame that Rain didn't end a turn earlier, because then that would have been a relatively free switch. So I've got 2 turns left with Kingdra. These toxic turns are really ticking down, which is not good for me. But I'll go back onto the Pelipper now. Presumably Toxapex is going to switch out here too. It really should. I really could have capitalized by switching to Swampert there, but I want to save Swampert potentially until the very end of the game. Oh god. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh man, this is... I really should have brought a better tool for Toxapex specifically, like Raichu. That was my bad. I thought I would have had better answers against it, but it is so bulky, especially with Recover. I don't know whether he's gonna... He might just Baneful... I'm just gonna Hurricane this turn, see what I can get off it, and see how much damage it does. Oh boy. Basically, I need to force Toxapex back out, knock all of its partners out, and then leave Swampert to deal with it at the very end of the game. I'm just gonna Hurricane this turn, maybe fish for a Confusion, but also see how much damage it does and see what he goes for. We do know all of its attacks now, so Baneful Bunker, Toxic Spike, Scald, and Recover. Let's see how much, if Mimikyu sets up in front of it. How much do I do at +6? Or even +2, +4. Mimikyu is another answer against the Toxapex in the very end game. I just, like, really need to force a potential switch or two. So I'm gonna get a Hurricane off. Does okay damage, around 25%. He's just gonna Scald. Yeah, I have just no answer against this right now. How much does Ludi do with Giga Drain? A pretty good amount, honestly. So maybe go into Ludi here. It's just like he can click Scald freely forever. I'm gonna U-turn out and go into Ludi, yeah. I actually don't know how the timer works for GBA. Like, at this rate, it's gonna be really intense. Yeah, that was a foresight for me, and he's just gonna Baneful Bunker. Okay. Well, I made contact with it, so I believe that actually poisons my Pelipper too. Yeah, this Toxapex is just running me over. I'm really angry at myself for not coming in with better tools. I thought Swampert would have really been enough, but the fact that Swampert got poisoned is the main issue. If it weren't poisoned, I'd feel pretty solid. I'm gonna U-turn out, yeah. And get in Ludi. Because with Ludi, I'll be able to at least heal back consistently with Giga Drain, so we're just playing kind of a one-on-one war. If Rain expires, I also think Scald doesn't knock out Cortana. It shouldn't. So then I could Swords Dance Leaf Blade, depending on how much chip damage I've gotten off against it. It was just the Recover that I knew about, but I don't know why I was playing like it didn't have it. I know all of his attacks, but it doesn't really help me too much right now. Swampert just took a little bit too much damage early. It's still not like, it's by far not over, but this has already been a 33-minute game, and there's been 1 knockout so far. But this is singles for you, I guess, and that's something I should have came into with a better sense of. I should have just had a way to one-shot Toxapex. Like multiple ways, not just Swampert EQ. Swampert EQ might not even knock out, but it comes close. But, yeah, I'm gonna U-turn out. He actually swaps out, which is fine by me, because that's chip damage and a free switch in for me. He's gonna go back out into a Scizor, okay. So that's a U-turn. Alright, who do I want to go into now? I'm thinking Kingdra again. But with Kingdra, like by bringing out Kingdra, I really need to make the call on whether Toxapex is coming in or not. I think my Ludi also has Hydro Pump though, so I could do Ludi. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna do that calc real quick. Because if I can call the Toxapex coming in, then I could Giga Drain. gotta see if he's worried about a Hydro Pump. Yeah, Hydro should do enough to knock out Scizor. Oh, that's regular Scizor, though. Still comes pretty darn close. But by bringing in Ludi, I also get that poisoned. I could just go into Kingdra and launch a Draco, expecting Toxapex to come in. But we saw even 2 Dracos probably don't knock it out. This core is just so hard to break for me right now. Yeah, I think Raichu, or Salazzle, not Salazzle, the other Pokemon would have been a good call in this set. Do I really want to go into Ludi and get that poisoned? Who do I go into? Kingdra, Ludi. I don't want Perk because that can get bullet punched. I'm going to go into Ludi, I think. Because at least I can heal back with Ludi. Does he just switch back out into Toxapex? I could just launch a Hydro here. I don't have a good game plan right now. Yeah, it was the recover that really did me in. And that was just me. I knew I had it too, but in terms of prep, I just really didn't think too hard about like the combination of recover plus the combination of poison just going around everywhere. I really want a Giga Drain because I feel like you should just switch back out into Toxapex. But it's like if he just bug bites, that'd be so bad for me. I'm gonna go for a Giga Drain. I think he switches out. Oh, this game I have my Rain, but Toxapex is a very nice Pokemon to have against Rain. I just played too aggressively with Swampert too early on. I really needed to conserve it better. Having Grass EMZ, like everything's chipped down a lot. That's the main issue. And yeah, I remember actually looking and I was curious whether Mimikyu had any psychic attacks or not to hit the Toxapex, but there aren't really any great like answers physically. Because otherwise I could like Swords Dance and potentially go with Mimikyu. If I knocked out Scizor, that would also like I would be able to have a little bit more comfort playing with my Mimikyu. But yeah, let's see if he switches out. Okay, he does switch out. So ideally Toxapex comes back in. Oh, it's actually a new Pokemon now. It's the Mew. Okay. Giga does an okay amount. Is Hydro Pump enough to knock it out? It's close, honestly. It's really close. I could just go for another Giga Drain to heal back, though. I'm surprised he switched Mew into a water-type attack. I think I'm just going to Hydro this turn, yeah. Let's see. Oh, boy. I don't think Mimikyu is a good Pokemon to bring into this match. I mean, it's not bad, honestly. I wanted it against, like, potential against Mew, Blacephalon. But, yeah, the Toxapex just ended up causing me way more pain than I honestly expected. And that's pretty textbook, too. Alright, he's soft-boiled anyway. Okay. So if Hydro Pump wasn't knocking out there, then can't feel too angry. It's close, though, honestly. I am modest max special attack. Yeah, also would have been just nice to know how much it does. But, oh well. I'm gonna Giga Drain here to scout out for what this Mew is gonna go for. This game might honestly run the entire timer. I don't even know what the rules are for GBA for timer. I'm gonna look that up right now. Let's see. really don't know what... like, with timer, does it just, Okay, let's see. Giga crits, but would have been nice to hit the Hydro Pump more. Iron defense? Okay. That is interesting. Well, I gotta reset my rain now. Oh, I really should have brought in defog. I got kind of worried about not bringing it because I hadn't seen spikes. There were rocks in a while. But against a Toxapex team, it would have made a lot of sense. Do we just see a soft-boiled? Ooh. That's really disgusting. That's probably game. Because that's going right into Toxapex. That is a clever strategy. Yeah, I think I needed to bring defog on this Pelipper, and I needed to not get poisoned with pretty much darn everything I had on my team. Like, the game's not over yet, and like, there's only been one knockout, but it's so hard to break through this Toxapex wall right now. And I don't know if Hydro Pump earlier would have done enough, because I'm assuming the Mew's very bulky, especially with the Baton Pass set. But if I got a high roll and Hydro Pump connected there, I do get the knockout, I think. So, kind of frustrating, but let's Pokemon. It just means that this Toxapex might just run me over now. I still don't know what happens. And I'm not gonna timer stall. I don't even know what the rules are for timer right now still. So I'm trying to look at that. I also don't know how the game decides. I assume it's similar to VGC where it's Pokemon count first, then HP. So if actually somehow does go to timer, I don't know if... I guess he wants to play the timer game, right? Because he can just slowly stall me out. Wait, that's not even Toxapex. Or, yeah, that's Scizor. Interesting. Now I gotta wonder if it has HP Electric. I'm at the point now where I don't think I can really just freely switch out. Everything is freaking poisoned. Yeah, he came in with some good prep with this poison stuff and this stall. So frustrating to play against, but it's my fault because I didn't prep as well as I should have. I really want to just launch a Scald here, but that would be me giving up rain then if I faint. He would need HP Electric to knock me out though, but he might honestly have it if he switched in. I'm just surprised he didn't go into Toxapex. I feel like that was a pretty great pick to go into. I'm gonna Scald here. Oh, he has knockoff. Does that knock me out? I do hang on. So I will get the Scald off. Don't get the KO. No burn either. Okay. What do I want to go into now? I'm thinking back out into Ludi. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Ludi here. Okay, it's still doable. It's not over. It's not over. Gotta keep my head in this. I'm gonna Scald here. I gotta remember, though, I did just give up my rain. So, for example, my answers against Blacephalon. Okay, Mew's at around 60%. Scizor's around 20%, 25%. Ditto's around 40%. Oh my gosh. What could I have done better there? Switch Pelipper out? Who would I even go into? Maybe Kartana, I guess, but I really wanted the Scald damage off there. I could give up one of my Rain Sweepers, I suppose, too. Like, the thing is, I still have an answer against Toxapex if I have Swampert at the very end of the game. But I'm not even sure we'll get there at this point. Like, this has been a 44-minute game. Alright, so there's a swap out. I think that's Mew coming back in, which I'm okay with, because it should be in KO range after Scald. Like, 2 Scald should finish it off. Maybe even a Giga Drain, but this is Rain Boosted Scald. Okay, good. And I get a burn, which is nice. So that means I could click Giga Drain this next turn. Burn would have been nicer there. Okay. So now with Mew taking down, I'm definitely going to Giga Drain here in case it goes back out to Toxapex. And because I want to heal back. I think he might just sack it here, though. Yeah. Which is worth for him because you get more poison damage. Okay. So, let's see. We've got 25% Scizor. 40% Ditto. Which I think is banded, but I'm not sure. Toxapex. And Blacephalon. I still don't know what the timer rules are. I'm literally looking through the chat right now to see what the timer rules are. He is taking a while, which I'm fine with. Alright, so there's Toxapex coming back in now. I might just be willing to play the Giga Drain. But then Rain would expire. So now the question is, how do I break through this Toxapex? I got some knockouts, but he's got faster Pokemon on Blacephalon and Ditto for this endgame. He had to switch in Blacephalon there. I mean, Toxapex. Probably just Baneful Bunkers here. If he Baneful Bunkers, I could switch in Swampert, but he might just Scald. I'm gonna Giga Drain this turn to Scout. Okay, he just Baneful Bunkers, yeah. I hate you, Toxapex. I hate myself for not prepping better against it. I was like, oh, Swampert, Ground type, Toxapex, Poison, easy. Not so easy, actually, though. It's not worth going for a freeze this early on, I think. I'm just going to Giga Drain again to try to heal back some. The thing is, though, this is in his favor because he's trying to stall out my Rain, which is working. I hate myself for not running Defog. This is the 1 week where it really would have helped out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make some changes to my team after this week. Because, I mean, I think this is the first week where I really feel like the team, like, there was just, like, a couple of things that are giving me so much problem. Whereas in previous weeks, it wasn't, like, the Pokemon that were giving me problems, it was my play. I think Giga does a good amount there. He's probably going to Scald. Oh, he sets up another layer. Okay. So the question is whether he Baneful Bunkers here or not. I take 23 damage of poison with Swampert. I don't think I'm willing to just let it come back in yet. Might be time to stall out Rain and then get Cortana in. How do I win this, though? Like, I'm not just trying to survive, I'm trying to win. I'm really trying to think right now. Toxic Spike now. I stall out Rain. Maybe sack Ludi to get the free switching into my Cortana, but then he would swap out. I'm just gonna Giga Drain here, though. He probably Baneful Bunkers. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Chipping down the Toxapex. If only Draco crit earlier, that would have made my life so much nicer. Maybe I should have run a crit Kingdra actually, with Sniper instead. Yeah, he's gonna win this war. I gotta think of something better. I'm just clicking buttons right now, which obviously isn't good. Is this the last turn of Rain or second to last? It's the last turn. Alright, so if he Baneful Bunkers, I can finally bring in Kartana and Swords Dance. I don't know what else I could do. Scalding for him is pretty free here, though, too. Never mind. I really don't want to just risk switching Kartana into a Scald. He just Baneful Bunkers. Okay. So that's Rain gone on my end now. Oh, man. This is definitely, It's been 6 weeks, but because my teams have been so hyper-offensive, like, all the games have been pretty fast, this is a brutal wake-up call. Just a shame it had to happen in week 7. I might as well fish for a freeze at this point. I think I'm gonna sack Ludi. Wait, did he just go for a double? Okay. Knocking out Mew earlier also would have been nice with Hydro Pump, but that's not really something I can complain too much about. I'm just gonna go first, and then I get to switch it into Kartana and sack Ludi at this point. Ludi's done his job, given who my opponent has in the back. I also haven't been playing this like with timer as consideration, but I think if anything it benefits him more than me. No freeze, unfortunately. He's gonna get the Scald off. That did 5 damage. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need a... So I think I need a Swords Dance and maybe get a crit off against this thing. It's the recovery that's just so awful to deal with. I needed an electric type this game. That was completely on me. Which, that's just so frustrating when it's like obvious holes that I'm missing. But I'm gonna Swords Dance here, I think. If anything, at least force Toxapex back out. But, this is a game where I really did not have the right tools. So what do I even do at this point? With only 10 minutes remaining? Like, I don't even I think this game will honestly end on timer. I'm just still kind of frustrated at myself. Okay, he stays in. That is a window of opportunity now. Ideally, Skull doesn't burn me here. If it burns, I'm screwed. Or knocks me out. I'd assume I survive, but... No burn, please. Okay. I need a Leaf Blade crit now, I think. Alright, no Protector switch outs. Can I get a crit? Oh, so close. That wasn't even a crit. Oh, my heart can't take this. I could go into Mimikyu now. That's my last Pokemon, obviously. And Swords Dance. Mimikyu could still actually win me this game. It's just a question of whether it's the appropriate time to go into it right now. Or whether I should go into something like Kingdra instead. I think I'm actually going to go into Mimikyu. Alright, this is it. Oh, I wish I had Shadow Sneak on this. I ended up running the Destiny Bond set. Which I really regret. Probably more optimal to Shadow Claw instead of Swords Dancing here. Just, does he switch out right now? Like, surely you don't let Toxapex just go down. Unless he's finally ready to. Who would you switch out to as well? Scizor? Ditto, maybe. Part of me just wants to Shadow Claw, because Shadow Claw affects everything. I'm gonna Shadow Claw, I think. We're also down to 8 minutes. That's not good. It's really not good. Assuming this is singles timer works the same as VGC, I need 2 knockouts before he gets any on me. God, this has been an hour-long fest. Oh man, Cortana was so close to doing the job. What was the roll there? That probably was a high roll. I really thought I got the crit there when it came out. That's heartbreaking. Okay, he just sacks it. It's finally gone. But now he's got Scizor, Ditto, and Blacephalon, all which are really speedy, and I've just got Mimikyu. Oh man, if I had Shadow Sneak, I actually think I would have had this. God. Maybe not, actually, still. I think he probably still ends up winning this. Yeah, I needed the disguise to remain. Is there any way? Because I assume Scizor has Bullet Punch and it knocks me out. I would need this Mimikyu to knock out 2 Pokemon. And then have Kingdra in the endgame against Scizor and just get the knockout. Yeah, if I had Shadow Sneak, I'd be able to sneak the Scizor before it moved. I can't believe... my prep was... I did not need the Destiny Bond, because, like, the one thing that was a major threat against him was the, like, Toxapex was the one thing that I would want to really take care of. There wasn't any Pokemon that was like, oh, this is such a big threat, I need D-Bond for. So I'm really angry at myself. There's Scizor. Yeah, because I'd be faster. So, unless he doesn't Bullet Punch here, but there's no reason not to Bullet Punch. God, I'm so angry at myself right now. Is he just assuming I don't have Shadow Sneak? I think I have to Shadow Claw, though. Yeah. Yeah, he just Bullet Punches. I'm so angry at myself. Because if I had I could just Swords Dance, Shadow Sneak, Shadow Sneak, Shadow Sneak, everything. Yeah, I think I lose now. He's faster than me. Okay, I gotta play assuming he knows. Well, if I had Shadow Sneak, you'd assume I just would have gone for it there. I'm so angry at myself right now. Yeah, I think now he just clicks Shadow Sneak twice and wins. And he knows I don't have Shadow Sneak either. Ugh! Maybe I still would have lost anyway. Because he'd bring out Scizor. I'd have to Shadow Sneak to knock out Scizor. Actually, I don't know how much Shadow Sneak does to Blacephalon. I'm just doing it now. Actually, I guess I should just focus on the game. Yeah, it doesn't knock out anyway. Although I'm adamant, so maybe... Nope. I'll talk about what I could have done better afterwards. Wait, I have 3 Pokemon left? Oh, I have Swampert and Kingdra. I think he just outspeeds and knocks everything out now, though, with the Ditto. Like, he set himself up to just click Shadow Claw. And I'm not faster with Kingdra or Swampert, so I think I just lose. And I'm assuming... It looked like it was band damage earlier. Do we... Wait, how does Ditto's speed work? Like, do we just speed tie? I'm actually gonna look that up. I don't know. 22 seconds. I guess it doesn't really affect much of my decision. Oh, crap. Should I sack something here? I guess I'll sack Kingdra. I really, yeah, like, it's not just a speed tie, is it, right? Yeah, he just Shadow Claws. Wait, yeah, so if he's not Scarf, we literally just speed tie, right? Is that the case? Well, he's just clicking Shadow Claw. Because I would have a win con of Timer, but I don't want to go for that. That's also assuming we speed tie. I think, I actually really don't know Ditto Mechanic. Because it copies the same stats, doesn't it? Unless it is... I guess he could be Adamant. Oh. Which would describe the increase in attack. Because the X Scissor damage just did more than I expected with Cortana earlier. I'm just trying to think everything out right now. I don't want it to go to Timer. Because I think he has won this game fair and square, definitely. I mean, it is a win con, though. But, is there just any other out? I think he just clicked Shadow Claw. So... I really wish I brought Shadow Sneak. I'm so angry I didn't. Now just click Shadow Claw. Okay, he gets it off first. So, is he just fast? Is he Scarfed? Admin Scarf? I'm so frustrated because I, like, prepped pretty poorly, but if I just had one or two small things, like, if I just brought Shadow Sneak on Mimikyu, that could have been a game changer. That's completely on me. 100% on me. Very good game to him. Yeah, I think, like, play-wise, there wasn't too much I could have done, like, really much better. I just really needed to, realize, like, I lost... No, I didn't lose in Team Preview, but my Mimikyu set just didn't make nearly as much sense this week. Shadow Sneak would have been infinitely better, / could have closed me out that game, honestly. And, it's a shame I didn't have it. It would have come down to what item Blacephalon had. If it was, like, Sash, I'd probably lose anyway, but if it weren't, Shadow Claw, I could have gotten a Sword Sandsaw. Bullet Punch would have knocked out my Disguise, and then I just Shadow Sneak both the Mimikyu and the Blacephalon. So, it's heartbreaking because this game was so long, and I just really, I really could have had it too, but I want to check how many weeks we have left in GBA. Like, I'm just so frustrated at myself because I feel like so many of these games are just so winnable, and this one, like, was even more frustrating because of, like, the mistakes. It wasn't mistakes I made in-game, it was, like, prep, which is even worse, I think. I mean, I'm learning a lot, definitely, but I can't lie, that was definitely frustrating just because, like, I hate not coming in with all the resources. They're only 12 weeks, so that's pretty bad for me. So we're 2-5 now, I believe, with 5 weeks remaining. So I can still go 6-6 if I go 4-1 in the last couple of weeks, which is certainly doable. But these have been tough opponents, man. Singles is tough, and I definitely learned a lot from this one. So great game to Gym Leader Geo. A great prep by him, too. And we'll be back next week. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I was kind of long and drawn out, but I appreciate you guys for sticking around, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.